Hey everybody, this is Robert at Merritt Webb, and today we're going to take a look at some drug issues, and this will kind of show you why you should be looking at a person's drugs. We know there is that delicate line between you being aware of the drugs that a person is using and you trying to interfere with drugs that the person is taking. Unless you script drugs, you should not be encouraging a person to get off of a drug that a medical doctor has put them on. That is going to end up potentially as a criminal issue on your part. If you take a person off of a drug and something bad happens, all the fingers are going to point at you. He told me to do it. He discouraged me. He told me it was bad. He told me I didn't need it. All that kind of stuff. You don't want that coming back on you. So you cannot tell your clients not to take a drug. You cannot discourage them, make faces, groan, whatever, when they tell you what drugs they're on. However, you're kind of the first line of defense here. They may see their doctor once a month, once every 3 months. In some horrible cases, they may end up re-scripting these dangerous drugs over the phone. If they've developed that kind of a relationship with the doctor, they just call the nurse and say, I'm out. And she says, I'll tell the doctor, he'll re-script it, send it right over to your pharmacy. So the doctor may not really know what's going on with the person. That's getting tighter and tighter as we move along here because, quite frankly, doctors are being sued for getting people addicted. And then they have to go through treatment to get rid of the addiction. And really, it was because the doctor wasn't careful enough, cautious enough to realize that he was scripting an extremely dangerous drug. So when you have a client, I have Don Doe on the screen. This is a lethal combination right here. These drugs are death in a bottle, just waiting to be used improperly. Now, what's important for you to realize here is that a person can use these drugs and end up killing themselves without the intent to do that. Let me show you what I mean by that. A person is on oxycodone for some kind of a pain condition. They've been on it a while, and they kind of know their limits. And they know sometimes that 2 pills are better than 1 as far as killing the pain. But 2 pills are more than what the bottle says to take. A person can't sleep at night, so they've been given Ambien, which is another CNS suppressant, central nervous system suppressant, slows stuff down. And because they're anxious about the whole thing, they've been given a benzodiazepine. They've been given Xanax. Now, doctors are starting to back off of Xanax because of its abuse potential. People are taking 10, 15, 20 milligrams of this stuff over a 24-hour period, and they get to a whole new level of what that drug does. But let's say this person is in pain really, really bad before they go to bed, so they take 2 oxys to get rid of the pain so they can hopefully sleep. They combine that with an Ambien, and they know that alprazolam, Xanax, is going to really calm them down. So they take 2 milligrams of that, which is twice probably what they've been scripted. They don't wake up in the morning. What happened? This is really a relatively low overdose of the drug. They had a couple beers or a couple mixed drinks on top of this whole thing. All of these are CNS suppressants. They just simply stopped breathing. respiratory arrest. You need to be aware of this combination. What can you do? Well, you can monitor the client. You can ask, and you should ask, if a person is taking any one of these, let alone all three of them, you should ask, are you okay with the drug? Are you abusing the drug? Come right out and ask them. I have had people bring in their Xanax bottles so that I could count. Okay, you got 60 on the first day of the month. This is a 30-day prescription. The bottle says that you can take one twice a day as needed. So that means that you shouldn't be taking any more than 2 a day. Well, it's the 10th of the month. You had 60. You bring in your bottle to prove to me that you don't have an addiction problem, which is something you can treat. The person's only got 30 left. Well, they've been taking 3 a day. The bottle says that they can take 2 a day. You see, we're overusing this drug. Now, if they've got these other drugs going on, that should be a danger signal to you. And at that point, then you should go, you should sit with the client and ask them if you can contact their medical doctor to discuss this issue. This is abuse. It is the kind of abuse that we've built in America. We're going to look at definition of some of these drugs, but opioids, which are synthetic opiates, things like oxy right here, hydrocodone, Tylenol 3 can be put in there, Vicodin, all the same drug really, Percocet, morphine isn't used that often, extreme pain cases of cancer and whatnot. But these are opioids. They're manufactured to act like opiates. An opiate is from the poppy plant. It is not a synthetic. Things like morphine, codeine, and heroin, which is diacetylmorphine or some other compounds, but it's a variant of morphine, more rapid impact is the reason it's synthesized. So this is what opiates are. This is from the government, drugabuse.com, National Institute of Drug Abuse. You can go there and look it up. Benzodiazepines, this is from drugs.com. This is going to be Ativan, Xanax, Klonopin, Valium. Those are the 4 major. Benzos would probably be scripted. Some doctors give it out for sleep. Shouldn't be given out for sleep, but they do. Anesthesia, we don't have to worry about that. Its original intended purpose was as an anxiolytic, an anxiety reducer. To go along with that, panic disorder, seizures, it does prevent seizures. Coming off of it too quickly can cause seizures. Muscle relaxant, believe me, it'll relax a person. So you can see all of these slow down the central nervous system. And when you combine an opiate with a benzo, you're playing with fire. It can cause respiratory arrest. You need to bargain with a client and make deals that they're not going to get off of drugs that a doctor has scripted without the doctor's permission, because some of them are dangerous to just jump off of, and that they're not going to abuse the drug, and that they may have to prove to you that they are not abusing the drug. Now, I have found occasion to terminate a counseling contract with a person because they were abusing a drug or would not prove to me they were not abusing a drug. That's in the deal. You're not going to discourage them from using the drug. You are going to encourage them not to abuse the drug. That is within your rights. In fact, it's probably within the scope of your responsibility to step in and see if this person is in fact abusing the drug substance. Remember that you can go down here, anything that's underlined, you've got a fact sheet on it, pull it up, and you can look at all the facts related to this drug. I thought I would do this video because this is a lethal combination. It's being given out by doctors, and you need, as a counselor, to be aware of this, to record drugs, and to watch out for clients who are using drugs that might be addictive.